Hey there, welcome back to the All Around Growth Podcast, a show that provides insight and tools to build the life and homestead of your dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser and I am your host. Today is Friday, December 3rd, 2021, and this is episode number 239 of the show. And the title of today's show is The Strangest Secret 2.0. Now, this is 2.0 because I originally recorded an episode on the strangest secret in the world on November 25th of last year. And that was episode number 49 of the show. And I've linked to that in the show notes and would encourage you to give that one a listen, either before or after this. The choice is yours. But unlike that episode, today I'm going to cover the top 10 takeaways from The Strangest Secret, originally recorded in 1957 by Earl Nightingale. And what I'm going to do is read these 10 bullet points in order and inject my own commentary at the end. And with that, I hope that you enjoy this recording today. 1. Why do so many people in life fail? What has happened to the sparkle that was there when they were 25? What's become of the dreams, the hopes, the plans? And why is there such a large disparity between what these men intended to do and what they actually accomplished? When we say about 5% achieve success, we have to define success. And here's the definition I've been able to find. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If a man is working towards a predetermined goal and knows where he is going, that man is a success. If he's not doing that, he's a failure. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Rollo May, the distinguished psychiatrist, wrote a book called Man's Search for Himself. In this book, he says the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. And there you have the trouble today. It's conformity. People acting like everyone else without knowing why, without knowing where they're going. Number 2. Now, why do these people conform? Well, they don't know, really. These people believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. They're outer directed people. A survey was made one time that covered a lot of men, working men, and these men were asked, "Why do you work? Why do you get up in the morning?" 19 out of 20 had no idea. If you ask them, they will say, everyone goes to work in the morning. And that's the reason they do it, because everyone else is doing it. Now let's get back to our definition of success. Who succeeds? The only man who succeeds is the man who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. He is the man who says, I am going to become this, and then begins to work towards that goal. 3. Why do men with goals succeed in life and men without them fail? Well, let me tell you something which, if you really understand it, will alter your life immediately. If you understand completely what I'm going to tell you from this moment on, your life will never be the same again. You will suddenly find that good luck just seems to be attracted to you. The things you want just seem to fall in line. And from now on, you won't have the problems, the worries, the gnawing lump of anxiety that perhaps you've experienced before. Doubt, fear, well, they will be things of the past. Here is the key to success and the key to failure. We become what we think about. Now let me say that again. We become what we think about. And before I continue, let me make sure that everything is still recording, because I'm gonna have to pull over. Give me one sec, guys. The phone. The device that's holding the phone, rather, fell out. All right, here we go. Pardon the interruption. We're safely back on the road. Four, why do we become what we think about? Well, I'll tell you how it works as far as we know. Now, to do this, I want to tell you a situation that parallels the human mind. Suppose a farmer has some land, and it's good, fertile land. Now, the land gives a farmer a choice. He may plant in that land whatever he chooses. The land doesn't care. It's up to the farmer to make the decision. Now remember, we are comparing the human mind with the land because the mind, like the land, doesn't care what you plant in it. It will return what you plant, but it doesn't care what you plant. Now let's say that the farmer has two seeds in his hand. One is a seed of corn, the other is nightshade, a deadly poison. He digs two little holes in the earth, and he plants both seeds, one corn, the other nightshade. He covers up the holes, waters, and takes care of the land. And what will happen? Inevitably, the land will return what is planted. As it's written in the Bible, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Remember, the land doesn't care. It will return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will corn. So up come the two plants, one corn, one poison. Now the human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible and mysterious than the land, but it works the same way. It doesn't care what we plant, success, failure, a concrete worthwhile goal or confusion, misunderstanding, fear, anxiety, and so on. But what we plant, it will return to us. These things we bring on ourselves through our habitual way of thinking. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. Before I continue, this is number 5. These things we bring on to us through our habitual way of thinking. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. He is exactly where he is because that is exactly where he really wants to be, whether he will admit that or not. Each of us must live off the fruit of his thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year, will mold your life and determine your future. You are guided by your mind. You see, the very law that gives us success is a two-edged sword. We must control our thinking. The same rule that can lead a man to success, wealth, happiness, and all the things he has ever dreamed of for himself and his family, that very same law can lead him into the gutter. It's all in how we use it, for good or for bad. This is the strangest secret in the world. 7. Now let's go over the important points and the price each of us must pay to achieve the wonderful life that can be ours. It is, of course, worth any price. 1. You will become what you think about. 2. Remember the word imagination. Let your mind soar. 3. Courage. Concentrate on your goal every day. 4. Save 10% of what you earn. And action. Ideas are worthless unless we act on them. Number 8. Now we come to the difficult part. difficult because it means the formation of what is probably a brand new habit. New habits are not easily formed. Once formed, however, it will follow you for the rest of your life. Stop thinking about what it is you fear. Each time a fearful or negative thought comes into your consciousness, replace it with a mental picture of your positive and worthwhile goal. And there will come times when you'll feel like giving up. It's easier for a human being to think negatively than positively. That's why only 5% are successful. You must begin now to place yourself in that group. Number 9, above all, don't worry. Worry brings fear, and fear is crippling. The only thing that can cause you to worry during your test is trying to do it all yourself. Know that all you have to do is hold your goal before you. Everything else will take care of itself. Remember also to keep calm and cheerful. Don't let petty things annoy you and get you off course. Now, since making this test is difficult, some may say, well, why should I bother? Well, take a look at the alternative. No one really wants to be a failure. No one really wants to be a mediocre individual. No one wants a life consistently filled with worry, fear, and frustration. Therefore, remember that you must reap what you sow. If you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. If you sow positive thoughts, your life will be cheerful, successful, and positive. Now, gradually, you will have a tendency to forget what you have heard on this record. Play it often. Keep reminding yourself of what you hear and what you must do to form this new habit. Gather your whole family. Okay. Always some confusion at the intersection by this school. Gather your whole family about and listen to what has been said here at regular intervals. You know most men will tell you that they want to make money without understanding the law. The only people who make money work in a mint. The rest of us must earn money. This is what causes those to keep looking for something for nothing or for a free ride to fail in life. Number 10. An outstanding medical doctor recently pointed out 6 steps that will help you realize success. Set yourself a definite goal. Quit running yourself down. Stop thinking of all the reasons why you cannot be successful, and instead think of all the reasons why you can. Trace your attitudes back through your childhood and try to discover where you first got the idea that you could not be a success. And if that is the way you've been thinking, change the image of yourself by writing out a description of the person that you would like to be. Act the part of the successful person you have decided to become. The doctor who wrote those words is a noted West Coast psychiatrist, Dr. David Harold Fink. Do what the experts since the dawn of recorded history. One second, please. Do what all the experts since the dawn of recorded history have told you you must do. Pay the price by becoming the person you want to become. It's not nearly as difficult as living unsuccessfully. Now, those were the top 10 takeaways from The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, read to the best of my ability off of my notes. As he concludes that recording, he says one more thing. Start today. You have nothing to lose. but you have a life to win. Maybe he says a whole life to win. And I completely agree with that. Because this podcast today is sharing these top 10 points, the top 10 reflections within that full transcript, is a reflection of 1 year after incorporating this into my life. I'm very pleased with the results of making this audio recording by Earl Nightingale a part of my life, not necessarily on a daily basis, but I would estimate that I have likely listened to the particular recording that is linked to in the show notes. I've probably listened to that 100 times over the past year. And like I said, I'm pleased. It's become such a part of my routine that I can remember and recall a lot of it right offhand, which is excellent. And I would encourage you to find content such as this and make it a part of your life in the way that I've made this a part of mine. Do so with consistency. You are worth it. Even if you don't believe it, you are. We've all got a purpose, and many of us have lost our passion. I hope that this helps. I hope that this is one of the tools and resources that you will use as you walk your path towards building the life of your dreams. Maybe that life includes a homestead, maybe it doesn't. Either way, life first, homestead second. You can find out more about how I originally discovered the strangest secret in the world in the show notes at the original episode number 49, originally recorded over a year ago on November 25th of last year. And in today's show notes, there's also going to be a simple, quick link to the video that I watch on YouTube, along with the full transcript, which I reviewed in order to assemble the notes for today's show. And if you want to participate in a group chat with people just like yourself that are following a similar path and me, I would encourage you to get on Telegram at t.me/allaroundgrowth on your internet browser. And if you've got Telegram on your phone, tablet, computer, whatever, just search for All Around Growth and you will find our group. We'd love to have you join us and be a part of everything with us. In the show notes as well, there is also a link to a video that's titled How to Leave a Rating and Review in the Apple Podcast app. And I would encourage you to check that out. It is a brief 1-minute video. And at this time, more than half of the listens are still coming through Apple Podcasts. And that may be you, whether you are aware of it or not. And if it is, try to leave a rating and a review on or within the Apple Podcast app. At this time of the recording in December 2021, it still helps the algorithm and it helps expose new listeners to the show. So if you like what you hear and you are an Apple listener, please go ahead and do that. And if you're not, or you don't really care to do that, that's fine as well. Just give it a like and a share on social media. The ones that I am most active on are Telegram and Twitter. So you can check it out there at All Around Growth. And as always, I sincerely appreciate your time. There's a lot of content being produced out there. Your time is valuable. And accordingly, it's valuable to me that you've spent it with me. I look forward to seeing you on Monday. I hope you have a great weekend. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.